Chapter 5 The Material and Sources of Dream. It will not at once be apparent that this dream originated under the influence, or rather under the compulsion. A pain stimulus. The day before, however, I had suffered from boils, which made every moment a torture. And at last a boil had grown to the size of an apple at the root of the scrotum and had caused me the most intolerable pains at every step. A feverish lassitude, lack of appetite, and the hard work which I had nevertheless done during the day had conspired with the pain to upset me. I was not altogether in a condition. It was not at once apparent that this dream originated under the influence, or rather under the compulsion of a pain stimulus. The day before, however, I had suffered from boils, which made every moment of a torture, and at last a boil had grown to the size of an apple at the root of the scrotum, and had caused me the most intolerable pains at every step. A feverish lassitude, lack of appetite, the hard work which I had nevertheless done during the day had conspired with the pain upset to me. I was not altogether in a condition to discharge my duties as a physician, but in view of the nature and the location of the malady, it was possible to imagine something else for which I was most of all unfit, namely writing. Now it is this very activity of writing into which I am plunged by the dream. It is the most energetic denial of the pain which imaginations could conceive. I was not altogether in a condition to discharge my duties as a physician, but in view of nature and the location of the malady, it was possible to imagine something else for which I was most of all unfit, namely writing. Now it is this very activity of writing into which I am plunged by the dream. It is the most energetic denial of the pain which immigration could conceive. As a matter of fact, I cannot write. I do not dream of doing so. I never sat on a horse but once, and then without a saddle, and I did not like it. But in this dream, I ride as though I had no boil on the perineum, or rather, I ride just because I want to have none. To judge from the description, my saddle is the poultice which has impelled me to fall asleep. Probably, being thus comfort, I did not feel anything of my pain during the first few hours of my sleep. As a matter of fact, I cannot write. I do not dream of doing so. I never sat on a horse but once, and then without a saddle, and I did not like it. But in this dream I ride as though I had no ball on the perineum, or rather I ride just because I want to have none. To judge from the description, my saddle is the Baltic, which has enabled me to fall asleep. Probably being thus comforted, I did not feel anything of my pain during the first few hours of my sleep. Then the painful sensation made themselves felt and tried to wake me, whereupon the dream came and said to me soothingly, "Go on sleeping. You are not going to wake. You have no boil, for you you are riding on a horseback, and with a boil just that no one could ride." And the dream was successful, and the pain was stifled, and I went on sleeping. Then the painful sensation made themselves felt, and tried to wake me, whereupon the dream came and said to me soothingly, "Go on sleeping. You are not going to wake. You have no boil, for you are riding on horseback, and with a boil just that no one could ride." And the dream was successful. The pain was stifled, and I went on sleeping. But the dream was not satisfied with suggesting away. But the dream was not satisfied with suggesting away. The boil by 10 ashes lay holding fast to an idea incompatible with the melody, thus behaving like the hallucinatory insanity. Insanity of a mother who has lost her children, or of a merchant who has lost his fortune. In addition, the details of the sensation denied and of the image used to surprise it severe the dream also as a means to connect other material actually present in the mind with the stimulation in the dream, and to give this material representation. But the dream was not satisfied with the suggestion away the boil by tenaciously holding fast to an idea compatible with the melody, thus behaving like the hallucinatory insanity of a mother who has lost her child, or of a merchant who has lost his fortune. In addition, the details of the sensation denied and the age used to surprise it severe the dream also as a means to connect other material actually present in the mind with the situation in the dream, and to give this material representation. I am riding on a gray horse. The color of the horse exactly corresponds with the pepper and salt suit in which I last saw my colleague P. in the country. I have been warned that highly seasoned food is the cause of boils, and in any case it is preferable as an etiological explanation to sugar, which might be thought of in connection with furunculosis. My friend P likes to ride the high horse with me ever since he took my place in the treatment of a female patient, in whose case I had performed great feats. Count stocks. In the dream, I sit the horse at first sideways, like a trickery constrator, but who really, like the horse in the story of the Sunday equestrian, led me wherever she wished. Thus, the horse comes to be a symbolic representation of a lady patient. In the dream, it is high intelligent. I'm riding on a gray horse. The color of horse exactly corresponds with the peppers and the salt suit in which I last saw my colleague P. In the country, I have been warned that highly seasoned food is the cause of boils, and case, in any case, it is preferable as an ideology core explanation to sugar, which might be thought of in connection with furunculus. My friend P likely to ride a high horse with me ever since he took my place in the treatment of the female patient in whose case I had performed great feats. In the dream, I see the horse at first sideways, like a trick ride. But who really liked the horse in the story of the sudden led me whatever she wished. Thus, the horse comes to be a symbolic representation of a lady patient. In the dream, it is high intelligent. I feel quite at home refers to the position which I occupied in the patient's household until I was replaced by my colleague P. I thought you were safe in the saddle up there, one of my few well-wishers among the eminent. Eminent physicians of the city recently said to me, with reference to the same household. I feel quite at home refers to the position which I occupied in the patient's household until I was replaced by my colleague P. I thought you were safe in the saddle up there, one of my few well-wishers among the eminent physicians of the city recently said to me with reference to the same household. And it was a feat to practice psychotherapy for 8 to 10 hours a day while suffering such pain, but I know that I cannot continue my peculiar strenuous work for any length of time without perfect physician health, and the dream is full of these small allusions to the situation which would result if my illness continued. The note, such as new aesthetic carry and show to their doctors, do not work, do not eat. A still deeper interpretation leads to sexual dreamed thoughts, and I recall what the dream allusions to what beautiful country was supposed to mean in the dream of the female patient who had never been to Italy, German, Gen Italian. At the same time, there are references to the house. At the same time, there are references to the house in which I preceded my friend P as physician, and to the place where the boil is located. And it was a feat to practice psychotherapy for 8 to 10 hours a day while suffering such pain, but I know that I cannot continue my peculiarly strenuous work for any length of time without perfect physical health, and the dream is full of these small allusions to the situation which would rest if my illness continue. Do not work, do not eat. The note, such as neuroauthenticators show, a still deeper interpretation leads to sexual dream thoughts, and recall what the dream alluring to that beautiful country was supposed to mean in the dream of the female patient who had never been to Italy. At the same time, there are references to the house in which preceded my friend P and the physician, to the place where the boil is located. Which is not one of the reasons that upset me. A feverish last year, good appetite, the hard work.你不上他旁边，他能失控啊？你那嘴用来朗读，他能失控啊？Paragraph 1 Boil 文中做名词，意为疥子、脓疮。A boil is a red, painful swelling on your skin, which contains a thick yellow liquid called pus. Torture 在文中做名词，意为折磨、煎熬。The rush hour traffic was sheer torture, as usual. Latitude. Shareholders are blaming the company's problem on the last-hold of the CEO. Suffer from 受什么什么折磨 the size of conspire with a feverish lassitude, lack of appetite, and the hard work which I had nevertheless done during the day had conspired with the pain to upset me. Conspire with 本意为与什么什么合谋。在这句话中，拟人用话用法可以理解为前面一系列症状加上疼痛让我很崩溃。Paragraph 2 Discharge 意为免除，文中作为动词，自己的义务负担。He was discharged from the army following his injury. Namely 意为也就是说，为即也就是说，文中做副词。I learned an important lesson when I lost my job, namely that nothing is 100% guarantee. I learned an important lesson when I lost my job. I learned an important lesson when I lost my job. I learned an important lesson. I learned an 你朗读的时候说话怎么不这么清楚啊？I learned an important lesson when I lost my job, namely that nothing is 100% guarantee. I learned an important lesson when I lost my job, namely that Nothing is 100% guarantee. Denial 意为否认、否定，文中作名词。Officials did not believe the runner's denial that he had taken drugs. In view of 由于 in view of now it is this very activity of riding into which I am plunged by the dream. It is the most energetic denial of the pain which immigration could conceive. Be plunged to 表示陷入，这里的 which 定语从句将介词 into 提前了，原句是 I'm plunged into by the dream。这句话是说，就是因为骑马这活动使我做了这个梦。这是一种对此刻病痛的最强烈的否定方式。Now it is this very activity of riding into which I am plunged by the dream. It is the most energetic denial of the pain which immigration could conceive. Now it is this very activity of riding into which I am plunged by the dream. It is the most energetic denial of the pain which imagination could conceive. Saddle 意为马鞍 ，Politic 意为膏药。I wanted to take some soothing politic to her face. He swung himself into the saddle and rode off. As a matter of fact, 事实上 as a matter of fact, as though 好像判断似乎 judge from. But in this dream I ride as though I had no boil on the perineum, or rather I ride just because I want to have one. Perineum 意为会阴处 as though 表示似乎好像等于 as though 等于 as if. As though I had no boil on the perineum. You as though as if 引导的从句后面可以用虚拟语气，表现与现在的事实相反。None 这里的带是 boil， 所以整句话的意思为：但在梦中我骑着马，好像我根本在婚姻中并未长什么毒疮似的，或者是我骑马是因为我希望我并没有长什么疮。Whereupon I told her she looked fat, whereupon she burst into tears. I told her she looked fat, whereupon 意为不久之后，马上于是 whereupon she burst into tears. Stifle 意为阻止、压制、抑制。I don't know how I managed to stifle my anger. I don't know how I managed to stifle my anger. Go on 继续。Tenaciously to shout their miserable destiny. Be satisfied with. Hold fast to. In addition, be incompatible with. Be incompatible with. In addition, the detail of the sensation denied and the image used to suppress it severe the dream also as a means to connect to other material actually present in the mind with the situation in the dream and to give this material representation. In addition, the details of the sensation denied and of the image used to suppress it severe the dream also as a means to connect other material actually presenting the mind with the situation in the dream and to give this material representation。这句话结构有些复杂。首先，句子的主干是 the detail severe the dream as a means denied and the connect with 表示与什么什么。整句是说，在梦中被否定的感觉与影像将一些心中其他存在的记忆的梦里联系起来，并且在梦中将这些记忆表现出来。The details of denied sensation used to suppress image connect with 整句话说，在梦中被否定的感觉将与影像一些心中其他存在的记忆和梦里的情形联系起来，并且在梦中将这些记忆表现出来。这句话的结构有些复杂，主干是 the sensation 和 the image 都是做的 details of 的宾语。